Hi, my name is Julie Walker and I'm going to be your instructor for public speaking here at Georgia Northwestern Technical College. I've been working at Georgia Northwestern since fall of 2012 and I've really enjoyed getting to interact with a lot of different types of students and help students improve their public speaking skills. I've been teaching public speaking for about 3 years now. I recently graduated with my Master's of Communication from Minnesota State University Mankato. Before that, I was in business as a business manager of a gas station for about 1.5 years and realized that just wasn't what I loved. And when I went back to school, I realized that I absolutely love teaching. So this is my big, huge passion, and I hope that this semester we can get to know each other a little bit better and that I can help you become a better public speaker. Like I said, I've been teaching this for a while. This will be my second semester teaching at Georgia Northwestern, but it will be my 6th semester teaching public speaking overall. So I kind of know what I'm talking about there in terms of how I'm going to teach it. In addition to that, I've had several different experiences teaching, or not teaching necessarily, but speaking in public speaking situations. I was a competitive speaker in college and I was recognized on the national level for my competitive speaking abilities, and I was also a professional speaker, so I was paid for my speaking abilities. So when you come to me with questions about what it means to be a good public speaker, I'm going to be able to give you good advice. In addition to that, because I've taught the class so many times and I've used several different books, I've kind of honed in on the things that are important for you to know and the things that aren't so important for you to know. So hopefully that'll kind of come across in some of the different things, but I'm going to cover that in just a second. This course is a hybrid course, so some of the course is going to take place online and some of it's going to take place in the classroom. You're going to want to take a look at the syllabus to see which days will be in-class days, and you're going to want to make sure that you're in class for those days. If you're not, we're going to have some problems with attendance, and you're going to want to see the attendance policy on the syllabus for how that's going to impact your grade. So just look ahead to that, make sure that that's on your schedule and on your radar. There are some things about grading for this course that you should know. I've been told several times that I'm not an easy grader. So if you're looking for this class to be an easy A kind of grade, that's probably not something you should come into it expecting. You can expect from me to give you very specific guidelines as to what I'm expecting for each speech and assignment. On almost every assignment that I give out, I give some kind of indication as to how I will be grading it, whether it's a discussion forum, whether it's a small assignment during the week, whatever it might be. Even for speeches, I give very specific descriptions of what I want to see for you to be able to get an A in the course. That being said, when I do my grading, I start everybody off at a B level, because B level is supposed to be right around that expectations to exceeding expectations. To get an A in this class, you're going to have to show me a lot of dedication. You're going to have to show me something over and above what I'm seeing from your classmates. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's very difficult, I think, to not get a C in this course, but it's also fairly difficult to get an A. Not impossible, and especially if you're looking at your rubrics and how things are graded, you can get an A. In my classes last semester, I think in one class I had about 1/3 of the class get A's, and the other class maybe 1/4 of the class got A's. It is possible to do it, however you're going to have to work for it. So if this isn't the semester for that, just want to let you know right up front here, this is kind of what to expect. You will need to have the textbook for this class, so if you were thinking you might be able to get away with not getting it, you're wrong. You really do need to find the textbook and find the most up-to-date version. And the reason for that is going back to that first thing I was talking about, is that with the readings on this classroom, I don't have you read chapters at a time, because I think that there's good stuff in the textbook, but you don't always need to read the entire chapter to get the information that's going to be important for this class. So I'll tell you to read the first 2 paragraphs of this section, and that'll give you the information you need to be able to complete your assignments and to do your quizzes. If you have a different version of the textbook, it's going to be really hard to figure out which things it is that I'm referring to. So just make sure you do have that textbook. It will be important both for the quizzes each week as well as for being able to be successful in creating your speeches. Also, you're going to need to check your email and check Angel very frequently. I will be sending out emails periodically throughout the course, and they're going to be things that sometimes will relate to your assignments. So if you aren't checking your email and you aren't keeping up with this class, you're really just not going to be able to be successful. So keep that in mind. The way that I've organized the class is into 5 units, and each unit is organized into subunits. Each one will take a differing amount of time depending on the specific topic that's being covered, but I did it to try and make sure that you know roughly how much time you need to devote to each topic that we'll be doing. Now, we're going to be really content heavy here for the first part of the semester, and I apologize for that. But we can't really use the skills until we learn the skills. So that's going to be the first thing that we're going to be doing. You're going to notice that there's lots more subunits, lots more work, lots more points for the types of things you're going to be doing on Angel during the first probably 2 or 3 units. But units 4 and 5, really there's not that much there. So in terms of quizzes and assignments and things like that, in terms of units 4 and 5, we're going to be focusing more on you and your ability as a speaker to present the skills that you've been learning, as opposed to showing me that you have the book knowledge to do it. In terms of assignments, there's a couple things you should know. First off, there are 4 required assignments for this course. There's going to be a persuasive speech, an informative speech, a group special occasion speech, and the final. You must complete all 4 of these assignments to be able to pass this course. If you just decide, you know what, I don't want to take the final, even if you would earn enough points to be able to pass the course, you will not be able to pass. You will automatically receive an F if you do not complete the final exam and the 3 speeches. The reason behind that is because each of those assignments demonstrates a different skill that's required for you to be able to pass the course. So if you don't complete the assignment, I can't say that you've actually had a chance to learn that skill. So that's something you should know. In addition, I do not accept late work. So if you email me and say, oh, I forgot to take that quiz last week, can you please open that back up? The answer is going to be no. I don't accept late work because I expect that you're going to be able to get your work done on time. On the syllabus and on Angel, I have a whole bunch of different ways that you can see when things are going to be due. And I expect that it's going to be your responsibility to keep track of your schedule and to email me if you have questions about when things are due or whatever that might be, all right? If you do not keep track of your schedule, you will not be able to turn in assignments on time, obviously, and that's going to mean that you can't succeed, because again, I do not accept late work. Any late work that gets turned in, say, great, I'm glad you completed it, it's not worth any points though. So the one thing that is my caveat to that is that if you do not complete a speech on time or you do not complete the final on time, you will still need to complete those assignments to be able to pass the class. So let's say you think you're going to drop the class, so you don't give speech 1. And then a month later you realize, oh shoot, I really do need to be in this class, I can't drop it. You still need to go back and complete speech 1 to be able to pass the class. Okay? So if you have any questions about that, let me know. It's in the syllabus as well. One other little thing in terms of assignments, I'd prefer that all assignments that get turned in, that you turn them in with a .doc, .docx, or .txt ending. That's also in the syllabus. The reason I ask for that is because if you send me a file in one of those formats, I'll be able to open it. If you don't, I can't open it on my computer and I can't see the work that you've submitted. Now, I'm not saying that anyone would use this to their advantage. However, if someone submits a document to me that I can't open, I have no way of knowing if that assignment was actually completed by the due date or not. So in terms of being fair to your classmates, I want to make sure that only those people who turn in assignments on time that are absolutely put in the correct format are going to be given the credit for doing those assignments. So, like I said, make sure that your file extensions are going to be .doc, .docx, or .txt, something along those lines. If you need to turn in a PowerPoint or something along those lines, make sure that's in the same type of format, like a .ppt or .pptx. If you need to turn in an Excel spreadsheet, a .xls or XXLS or whatever it is, that type of thing, okay? just the standard types of formats for documents. Having good time management in this class is going to be really a key to your success. If you don't have good time management, you're not going to be able to get your assignments done on time, and you're not going to be able to get all the little miniature things you need to get done each week. Like I said, I've organized this class into units and subunits, and there is an overview for each unit and subunit as to what you need to get accomplished. So I'm going to try and help you succeed here, but there's only so much that I can do. If you don't stay organized, if you don't stay on top of your deadlines, you're not going to be able to succeed. So I think that that's everything that you need to know going into this class. If you have any questions for me, feel free to email me. I will be trying to stay as active as I can on email. However, with the impending due date and my child being new to the world, I am not quite sure how accessible I'll be, especially towards the beginning of January. I'm told that just after you have a kid, you tend to be a little bit crazy, or you tend to have a little bit less time on your hands. So in some combination of that, I may not be super available via email. I will make sure that that gets better throughout the semester though. So if you can put up with me being a little bit absent at the beginning, I will be very active later on. And especially once we start into getting into crafting speeches and putting together outlines and that, stay really connected with me, because I would love to be able to help you out and say, you know what, this is a little bit off, you might want to change this, or I really love what you're doing here and I would love for you to try just going a step farther with it, something like that. The students that communicate most with me and get the most help on their outlines and that type of stuff, those are the students that end up getting the A's and end up getting the most out of the class. And I see them having the biggest improvement with their public speaking skills. So I hope that you've gotten a chance to get to know me just a little bit. And I look forward to getting to know you through the online interactions we're going to have, through the email interactions we're going to have, and through the in-class interactions we're going to have. So thanks so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and go ahead and stay in contact with me.